Tell me a little bit about the flow of knowledge in the mind of something greater, the flow of change for the soul.
Um, I'm just going to read a little bit about how the components work. As I said, there's 10 components. And in chapter 6, it gives a little synopsis for the, and I actually have the flow of knowledge into a picture format where you have the God of your understanding who gives grace. For me, grace is the energy that God gives me, where the knowledge comes from. And He brings it through the Holy Spirit. And if it's not coming from the Holy Spirit, it's coming from something else. And you have to be very conscientious, because there are dark forces out there that are very deceitful, that will trick you. And the principles are very important in this process. The principles are real. When I realize that the principles are real spirit entities that are up there, they're like watching what I do. And based upon what I say and what I do is what the principles will bring to me for the knowledge that I'm seeking. And if I'm confused in what I say, it's going to come out backwards. And the principles are going to give me probably something totally different from what I'm really wanting, because I don't even know what I want. And it goes through the spirit. Now, the spirit and the soul are different. The soul is the part of God that I have and I see the soul sitting beside the heart. And it is like if we are going out if we send a satellite out into space and we are wanting information, the satellite is going to gather that information and bring it back to us. That's kind of what the soul is. The soul is the part of my God that I'm responsible to gather information while I'm here. It's all creating. All of this is creating. And I'm here to learn as much as I can, whether it be good or bad. And I need to determine through my free will what parts of that I want. We only want the good stuff to take back for me, to my God. So I get that through the Spirit. And I communicate through the Spirit to speak with my God. So, anyway, how the components work. To ignite the flame inside of you, it is vital to have all 10 components activated, which I break them down in this book of what they are. I said a little bit of that in my when we were speaking earlier. Any fear may be released to make the soul strong enough to be heard in the unseen world, so you can tell them what you need. If your intentions are full of love, this world will respond in a loving way. Your vibrational level changes every day based upon what your thoughts and feelings hold. When the components are activated in the order they are meant to be utilized for the connection to something greater, glorious events will occur. You will find that on the days you connect to the first two components, which are desperation and humility, the rest of the components flow through your thoughts quite easily. You will be able to use these sources of power to open your thoughts to a connection with something greater. Faith cannot come without hope, and hope only comes when you are humbled by your desperation for this connection. Be aware that you understand what your intentions are as you go through this process. If you don't know what your intentions are, none of it else is going to matter. Always know which source your defects lie in. In your defects is the fear. Fear will scatter through the components and will cause chaos in your virtues. You may not even realize that your fear of action is occurring as you then limit yourself in experiences that are presented to you for spiritual growth. You may hold all the components that lead you to the virtues and then stop the process because of your fears. This will prevent the proper information from entering your thoughts that will bring forth your intentions. Illumination will come from something greater, and it will only come to those who have good intentions. If you don't have good intentions, your action's going to be from something different. Those who do morally wrong acts and say they receive their information from the God of their understanding have chosen the group of destruction. There will come a day when all will know the difference of who their God is by what they do to others or for others. As we go forward into the new world, which is another story, the whole new world that's coming, we will create the path back to the source of all creation, one thought at a time. All will know this source inside, and few will hold it permanently. The free will to only hold a portion of this source is given until the feeling of wanting more tells you that it is no longer enough. You will hear many thoughts on this journey back to something greater, and it will be your responsibility to take what you learn and share it with others so they can choose what they want to keep as their own. The period of desperation is preparing all for the new world to come. The signs and wonders are here, and as the masses look away, the individual thoughts tell you otherwise. It will be the most difficult for those who have been taught a specific way describes what something greater is in their lives. The magnitude of this source is beyond any comprehension. For those who limit their beliefs based upon what they think they are supposed to believe, they will then struggle with the fear of what it means to them as a result. When you receive information that you have never known before, and you take that knowledge out to others with good intentions, you will receive more information. The more you hear these thoughts and seek for more, you must remember the only way to receive more insight is to share what you have already been given. Because information from something greater comes to those who are in desperation, they will usually have very little materialistically. They have emptied their thoughts to allow the information they have never known before to enter in a way that only they can interpret. They have no questions as to why they have interpreted the data the way they have, because they are given a newfound strength with the knowledge that they have never experienced before. This strength will bring courage that will reflect in the way they walk and by what words they speak. Others who know them will see the change, yet nothing physically will be different. The authority will present to them through their words, and others will know that what they speak will be true. The process starts in desperation, and the results will become a connection with the never-ending source forevermore. The insight will bring a feeling of love that will enter all your affairs. You will continuously compare what you used to think and feel to this newfound love, and will never want to go back to the way you were before a relationship with something greater. As time progresses, you will learn that you are ever evolving with the knowledge because of the love you now hold. The fire will burn inside of the spot that sits beside the heart. Your stomach will feel the pull